Most DeFi investors are still farming since 2021, depositing into degen vaults they know nothing about, manually rebalancing, paying unnecessary swap fees, and suffering from huge amounts of impermanent loss. They're getting chopped up by the market volatility, and they're spending more time managing their LPs than actually living their own lives. But I truly think something is happening quite interesting right now on base. There's a protocol called MaxFi, and MaxFi just crossed $1 million total value locked, which is quite impressive, only over 2 months, really a little over 70 days. But on that note, it just keeps on climbing and climbing and climbing. When momentum hits in the crypto space, money can move fast. Now, this is amazing for a brand new liquidity manager tool, but the fact is, MaxFi is causing such a ruckus because of its zero swap rebalancing technology. This is revolutionary. And soon you will even have AI assistant LP management. And honestly, this is one of the first DeFi systems in a while that has had me genuinely bullish from an infrastructure perspective. Now, not because I think this is risk free, but I do feel this is where DeFi is naturally evolving, smarter automation for the masses. And I think you got that with SnuggleFi technology. So, in this video, we're going to talk about better LP management with less friction and more hands-off yield generation with MaxFi. Even more growing discussion around an AI token launch, deeper infrastructure, and potentially maybe even a launchpad ecosystem. This really could become way bigger than just another yield farm dashboard or Ponzi scheme. Hi, welcome to Dad's DeFi Space. And I'm Kevin, and I'm so grateful you're taking some time out of your day to spend it with me to learn a little bit more about crypto, DeFi, and Web3. Now, today, what I want to break down is why I'm actually paying attention to the MaxFi protocol. It's the new one, and why SnuggleFi tech actually matters. If you watched our previous deep dive video, we went over the dev, the protocol itself, its mechanics, its value proposition, and even its risk. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to leave you with some knowledge and show you how I'm personally structuring my own MaxFi portfolio, which I'll be highlighting here on my channel and my website, dadsdefispace.org. And guys, you're not one of those fake, everything is guaranteed, passive income, 500% APR videos. We're going to be talking about the real opportunities, the real risk, and the APRs, beauty of this technology, and what really could go wrong. Because honestly, process matters way more than hype. And if you enjoy this kind of honest DeFi breakdown, do me a quick favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Seriously, it helps the channel compete against all the moon boy nonsense out there that the algorithm likes to shove down your throat. Now, let's talk about why this matters. I think DeFi is entering a new phase. The first generation was look how high the APR is. And the next generation is probably how efficient can we manage the vault? How can we manage our pools? Look, those are two extremely different things because most users eventually will realize APR alone means nothing. Execution quality and your swap efficiency matters, your range management matters, and permanent loss matters. And that hidden friction from excessive rebalancing, it hurts the principal more than people realize. This is where SnuggleFi caught my attention. Their zero swap rebalancing model is trying to reduce unnecessary swap friction using LP management. If you look into their paperwork on their website, you will see that they believe that it will cut down around 50% of impermanent loss, meaning less slippage, no drag, less MEV bleeding, and potentially a smoother higher APR long term LP performance. To be honest, I actually learned about this technique in the UIG. I was already using it, but coined the term Snuggle Rebalance, which is a technique of rebalancing your liquidity pools. I've made multiple videos on this in the past, and I have a couple articles on Dad's DeFi Space.org that have been published for around a year and a half. But the bottom line is being able to automate the management, and on top of that, being able to manage the position using Snuggle strategies. That's important because it's showing us that LP farming is evolving from manual management 50/50 towards automated liquidity infrastructure and more advanced techniques to cut down on impermanent loss, fee bleed, and all of the aspects of liquidity management that eat into our portfolios. And honestly, I think many people are underestimating how big this shift could become, especially going into the next bull cycle. I want to position myself early. So let me explain my market plan and my thesis here so you can understand the alpha. Short term, we know MaxFi is very early. Stage DeFi has lots of risks. We understand that. But crossing around 1 million total value lock quickly tells me people are paying attention to this protocol. Capital tends to flow where they see narrative and opportunity. So we got both. This is so important, especially in DeFi. Now, obviously, that does not guarantee success. Absolutely not. Because we have seen protocols explode and then disappear. But this is where I think the infrastructure side of the SnuggleFi technology matters more than the hype, which makes me bullish on MaxFi. So in the midterm, I think that MaxFi and SnuggleFi will become part of a larger movement towards hands-off LP farming. Most users don't want 12 dashboards, constant range management, manual swaps, or a second or third time job managing their DeFi positions. They want better automation, simple UX, and very productive yield generation. MaxFi, I believe, can provide this, and they are building and continually improving their automation, AI discovery, LP management, and the onboard simplicity of the protocol itself. I think this is huge for people who are beginners in the DeFi space. And my humble opinion is this platform could grow substantially from here, especially if their agent Max token comes to fruition. Now, long term, I actually think DeFi is in a position and has never been more bullish, even as bad as the market looks right now. And a lot of that is the institutions that are coming in and the liquidity they are going to bring. This is so much more bullish than meme coins, random emission farms, or just straight up Ponzi schemes. This is an infrastructure play because if this works, you're looking at AI assistant liquidity management, passive LP systems that avoid a lot of impermanent loss and other things that make you bleed your principal, hands off DeFi and easier DeFi onboarding to the masses. These things are powerful. And honestly, if the AI launchpad rumors are true, that would be explosive. That could expand their ecosystem even further. So, one quick question to you all. Would you actually trust an AI agent such as Agent Max or even the Crystal Autobot AI agents to manage your LP farming? Or do you truly prefer manual? Right? Let me know in the comments because I'm genuinely curious of where you stand. Now, back to what we were talking about. Here's the trap. And I think this is where people get hurt. Most people open up a DeFi dashboard, they sort by the highest APR, they ape the biggest number. And that's just not how I look at this. Because remember, high APR can mean high volatility, low liquidity. The incentives might have been temporary, or the worst, weak token quality. APR should never be the strategy. The assets, the protocol, the chain are the main parts of your strategy. Honestly, that's where I think Agent Max could be quite interesting because it will allow you to free up more time and earn that yield passively. Because instead of just blindly chasing it, you can start organizing into categories, core positions, conviction plays within the ecosystem or beta plays, degen tactical or very narrow range pool positions. That could change your entire mindset. Now, before we get into my own positions, I thought we could take a moment to look at Agent Max. Now, as we were saying earlier, Agent Max is this AI powered yield farming agent. It is deploying capital around 13, I think it started around 12K on different MaxFi liquidity pools on the base blockchain. Now, Agent Max, she uses Snuggle's automated rebalancing technology that keeps the positions optimally placed at all times, generally, and it will generate yield in the most capital efficient manner. It's crazy, right? Now, right now, Agent Max has 29 positions of different blue chips, altcoin, and DGen planes, and a token launch is possibly coming soon. So I see this as big. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this. Now, if you look here, you can see their allocation breakdown. As likely, it's huge in BTC, but a little pretty big in Solana also. Minus the Solana would probably look a lot like my portfolio too. Very few altcoins. You can see that the Solana position is around $8,000, earning 89.6%. A bunch of different Bitcoin, USDC positions on Uniswap and Aerodrome, 58% APR with a 4% wide range, 51%, 62%, 77%, set at different ranges and price points. We got this a few wrapped ETH USDC positions, and these are earning anywhere from 80 to 133% APR. And then finally, you get into some of the agents' more degen positions. We got, let's see, Arrow, wrapped ETH, Banker, wrapped ETH Arrow, the Zora USDC position, wrapped ETH SPX, Morpho, wrapped ETH Bread, etc., and on and on. You actually have a lot of choices within the MaxFi protocol. Now, we are going to jump back and take a look at my positions in MaxFi. This is still a building process. We're sitting or just under $275 in this small portfolio, very small portfolio. But you can see we have around 52 cents. The portfolio yield is sitting at 88.2%. Our Bitcoin USDC position, which is a CL100, this is on Aerodrome, earning around 32% a day. It just went into range. We keep a 24-hour delay and a 5% range. Bitcoin rarely loses more than 5% a day. We rebalance every 24 hours. This helps to minimize the amount of rebalances we will incur through the duration of the position. Our second position it hovers anywhere from 50% up to 200% APR, depending on the volume. It is a SOL USDC, 0.3%. It's 6% range with a 10-hour delay. This is actually a really good one. It's out of range right now, but it is going to rebalance in about 9 minutes. And then this is our small Zora USDC position, a $50 position. It's earning around 280% a day. This one actually is a little juicy right now, but want to be careful because if ETH drops, this one's going to drop immense. And then, of course, we are going to start farming our arrow and then using our arrow to flywheel it into a wrapped ETH arrow position. But we have not deployed that capital yet, just something we'll look at in the near future. So now that you've taken a look at my positions, I wanted to talk just briefly about my portfolio plan. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, just what I am doing within this space on a brand new DeFi protocol. But I am approaching MaxFi pretty simple. I'm separating my portfolio into buckets. We have our core blue chip positions. That's going to be USDC, Coinbase Bitcoin, and wrapped ETH USDC. Those are core positions. Possibly you could include Solana USDC into that, but it's a little bit of a stretch. These are my stable major positions. They are less emotional stress, cleaner liquidity. These are the foundational plays of this portfolio. Now, the second ones are going to be ecosystem growth. These are going to be like base native plays like Zora, virtuals, maybe even Arrow. This is where I'm expressing my conviction within the base ecosystem. These are what I would call beta plays. And then my bucket three is my experimental degen yield farming. And that is going to be our wrapped ETH arrow position. We're going to play maybe with some tighter ranges, see what we can do. But we are spending this time testing this protocol before even more capital begins to move into it. So honestly, this is not, bet the house. This is like my experimentation capital. And I think that is honestly the healthiest way to approach a newer DeFi system. So, by the way, if you want more real time updates on what I'm testing in DeFi, LP farming, Bitcoin, the base ecosystem plays, and crypto market structure, please join our free Telegram group. It's where I post my real time thoughts, my market updates, my strategies way, way faster than I can getting YouTube videos out to you. And if you want more educational breakdowns, check out Dad's DeFi Space.org and become a member. Check out our free course because education is going to be your best weapon in this space. Education and community, that is. So let's talk about what I think people are truly underestimating. And it's the technology itself. It's revolutionary, in my opinion. Most LP systems right now, to me, especially their UX, feels completely outdated. It's manual, it's stressful, it's high friction, which means you're getting less of your profits. SnuggleFi's no swap rebalance model actually feels different because if we can reduce those unnecessary swaps, we can reduce our impermanent loss. That can matter massively over time. Less drag, less friction, potentially better capital efficiency. That's where all of DeFi is heading. It's less labor for you and I, more intelligent automation, a better liquidity system for everyone. Now, the future probably belongs to protocols that are making DeFi simple, smarter, and easy to use. I think Yabanks has done this with his SnuggleFi technology, and MaxFi is an excellent system to push it. So, what would strengthen this bullish thesis? Continued growth of total value lock. So, we're going to be keeping an eye on that in DeFi Llama, real DEX volume, especially whenever they release that token, if they release that token, of course. Um, Users, they're sticking around after those incentives of those pools. And to be honest, I have no problem with the clarity and transparency because I've already talked to the dev. In fact, I plan on bringing them onto the channel soon. But I don't see this as temporary hype. Real usage matters, and 100 or $1 million over 2 months is real usage, in my opinion. That liquidity is going to matter more than even the narrative. As always, what would invalidate Thesis? It would be a total value lock collapse, a hack. If the liquidity disappears, no matter how that happens, that would absolutely change the risk profile. But so far, this one is looking like a gem. Just remember, no protocol is perfect, no system is guaranteed, and no DeFi strategy is going to remove all your risk ever. But overall, I really think that MaxFi, SnuggleFi, and Agent Max are going to be building towards something very interesting going into this next bull. And it doesn't feel like random degen farming. Feels more like next generation liquidity infrastructure. And honestly, I haven't been this bullish on a DeFi LP system in a very long time because I don't think this is just about the APR. It's about how easy the automation can be, how creating a crypto passive income flywheel can help pay those bills monthly once it's built, of course. And something that I hope we see more of, and that's making DeFi actually usable for normal, everyday people. And that matters an awful lot. So if you guys and girls enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like, subscribe, comment below. Do you think AI managed LP farming is going to be a major trend this upcoming cycle? And if you really want to support the channel and become a part of this platform and community, you can check out MaxFi below using our referral link and check out their Discord. And for for real-time market updates, check out the free Telegram and tons of free educational resources at dadsdefispace.org, especially if you want more honest crypto and DeFi education, process over predictions. Please make sure you subscribe because we got a lot more coming. And remember, educational only, not financial advice. Always manage your own risk. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, peace